What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back again with another review, so let's just get straight into it. This one is for Trek to Yomi, developed by Flying Wild Hog, published by Devolver Digital, directed by Leonard Menkari, written by Alec Mir and the same person before, Leonard Menkari. It uses the Unreal Engine 4 and it is made for the following platforms: PC on Steam, PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, and then Series S and X. It released May 5th. It is an action genre and it is a single player game. So for those who want to know a little bit more about the premise of this game, it is set in the Edo period of Japan, and the game follows a young warrior named Hiroki who goes on a journey to confront the people responsible for the destruction of his village. Now, for those who don't know about Japanese culture and stuff like that, this game is set in the time where samurais reigned and were the ruling class. You had the shogun and stuff like that, but the samurais were like your lords and that, and their job was to protect the people of their area. So they would have a nice home and they would have a village around them, but they would also have a district that they protected, and that is the job of the samurai. Now you had the samurai lord, and then you had his lesser samurai, and their job was basically the police and local constabulary and judge, jury, and executioner for crimes, and keeping the bandits and the criminals away, or keeping them under the control of the samurai. And they would end up killing some of them because they broke the laws and stuff like that, or chopping off hands and stuff. So this game basically follows the story of the main character Hiroki and his traversals of the plane of existence called Yomi. Yomi is basically the space between transitioning to eternal rest, or like heaven and hell, and that space where ghosts and the malign spirits will form. It's like the spiritual planes, like afterlife, limbo kind of area. That is the word that I was looking for. So Trek to Yomi is a side-scrolling 2.5D game which uses a couple of different modes of attack. It uses light attacks, heavy attacks, and it also uses the block and parry system. And I've heard from a couple of different people that they describe this as like a 2.5D side-scrolling Dark Souls because of the way that enemies have different patterns, and you need to learn how to deal with them and to master their patterns to be able to run this in a no-hit environment. Now it has 4 difficulties: easy, medium, hard, and one-hit mode, and they do have specific names. The hard difficulty is called Ronin, and the one-hit mode is called Kensei. To unlock Kensei, you have to complete the game at least once. Now, the weapons that will be available to you are your samurai's katana, which is his mainstay weapon, and then you will also get bow shurikens, the bow and arrow from the longbow, and you will get basically, for lack of a better way of describing it, it is basically a black powder hand cannon thing called the Ozutsu. They are the 3 ranged weapons that you have, and as you play through the game, there are 7 chapters plus the final what's the word I'm looking for? It's the culmination episode of all the events that happen throughout your playthrough. There are multiple playthroughs that you can do. You have different outcomes for the different playthroughs depending on what your choices are at certain key points in the game. Also, the only problem that I see with this game right now is that there is no New Game Plus. It is a great game, don't get me wrong, but the lack of a New Game Plus or a chapter select is a big letdown. You can only do continue or new game once you have completed it. Bear in mind, if you are an achievement hunter, you will have to do continue, and you will have to make sure that as you proceed through each level, you make sure that you collect all your upgrades and your collectibles, because there is no way of transitioning back to the other levels. So you will have to bear that in mind for the achievement hunters. Now, for the content creators out there, this game is very good for content creators who like to do challenge runs, like for example people that do no hit runs or no death runs. That is definitely why Kensei mode was made, in my opinion. That one hit mode allows you and any enemy that isn't a boss to die in one hit, and it is absolutely insanely fun to play, but it is tough. It can be rage inducing. Also, bear in mind that on Ronin mode, if you take damage to your person that is, in realistic terms, a move that would be a kill shot, like an arrow to the head or a sword to the chest in the heart area, you die. It is game over. You die. Your character dies and you have to restart from your checkpoint, because it adds realism in its difficulty settings, which is very cool, because it does make you think that this is trying to be as true to its style as it can be, because the art of Bushido it's very, very cool, and it's very intense, and they have done a really cool way of doing the way that the characters move and making sure that the strikes that they do are in keeping with the time period and the martial arts style of Bushido and the way of the samurai. I do think that's great, and it's really cool to see that they have done a really good job with developing this game. However, little piece of advice: when you do come to play this game, make sure you go into the settings and turn off the film grain and the bloom filters, because otherwise you will struggle to see, because this game is in complete grayscale. It's like the black and white movies of back in the day, where you'd watch the imported Japanese movies, and it is so much fun to play. Definitely think it's worth playing. It's on Game Pass, so give it a go and let me know what you think of it, because I played this live on stream yesterday as of recording this. It was Friday when we played it on stream, and I had a lot of fun playing it. The community had a lot of fun watching it, and I feel that for content creators, this game has a lot to offer in speedrunners and challenge mode people who like to do no hit runs or want to get the fastest speed on completing the run. This is definitely for them. This is their game. This is their wheelhouse. They will definitely enjoy doing that. The development of this game was actually quite a good one. They did announce it back in 2021, and as far as I'm aware, they didn't have any delays, and they've done a really, really good job of keeping the soundtrack as traditional as possible. They use gogaku, which is traditional Japanese orchestra, and they have done all the music for it, and they've done a really good job of it. I will say that in my experience as a game, the accessibility is great. I used the Series Elite V2 controller, and I was able to remap the buttons on the controller the way I like it, so I could use the paddles for blocking and parrying, and that made it a lot easier for me to play. Definitely think that this is something that should be a staple in every game. Button remappability is a no-brainer to me. Having those as a key feature to games is a must-have, because it allows for all kinds of players to be able to get involved. That's my opinion. I think this game is definitely up there, 10 out of 10 on its fun factor. If it's not your kind of game, it may not be something you'll play, but always give it a go, because you'll never know, it may surprise you. If you have played this, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. We are live on the channel Tuesday through Sunday. Thank you for all the new subscribers and all the people who have been supporting the channel lately, and a special shout out to the members who have been supporting us, and you guys are amazing. You get your shout out on every stream that we do. You guys are amazing and awesome, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for checking out the video. Thank you for enjoying the content. If you have any opinions, please sound off in the comments, and I really do appreciate the love and support. See you in the next one, guys. Be safe, be well, have fun gaming, and keep being dino-tastic. See you guys.